Hospitals overwhelmed amid a record flood of patients. Since the sudden lifting of health restrictions last month, COVID cases have exploded across China, as have international flight reservations. For governments around the world, it's a troubling parallel. The EU's crisis management mechanism is preparing for potential bloc-wide protective measures with a Wednesday meeting. Meanwhile, some dozen countries have already implemented their own travel restrictions. Last week, Italy announced that COVID tests would be mandatory for visitors from China. Spain quickly followed suit with a requirement for either a negative test or proof of full vaccination. Morocco, meanwhile, has closed its borders to any traveler coming from China, regardless of their nationality, measures Beijing says are excessive and unacceptable.
We firmly oppose attempts to manipulate COVID-19 measures for political purposes and will take countermeasures based on the principle of reciprocity.
Here in France, the government initially said the situation in China did not justify the re-imposition of border controls. Since then, though, it has begun requiring masks on flights, along with tests within 48 hours before departure and on arrival.
Positive tests will be sequenced, which allows us to have data on the evolution of the virus. We want to ensure that there are no new variants.
Those fears of dangerous new variants have been exacerbated by a lack of transparency from Beijing, as state media downplays the surge's severity, with just 3 COVID deaths reported nationwide for Monday. The World Health Organization is urging China to share specific, timely data on hospitalizations, deaths, and vaccinations, along with viral sequencing for potential new variants.